right, it's Andrew's Automotive Archaeology. It's it's about 70 degrees out today, maybe 75 degrees, and I kind of work in an unheated space, and so over the winter it gets a little cold in here, and so I don't really do too many videos, but this is my second one in 2 days. So I'm able to be out here a little bit more now that it's warming up. And I am on to tote number 32 from Phillipson Ford in Argyle, Wisconsin. Dealership that closed, near as I can tell, about 20 years ago, and was just closed up, sealed up until about maybe 2 years ago. And I acquired the stuff last summer. Got at least 150 totes full of stuff, and I'm going through them one at a time and just kind of unboxing them and seeing what's there. I found lots of good stuff so far. I got it open here. Just gonna start pulling stuff out. Looks like a mixed bunch of stuff in here. Some loose small boxes. These are brochures. 1991 Ford Escort. Yeah, these are not in very good shape. This is interesting. This is I had a 94 Escort that I bought in 1996. It was an LX wagon. So this is that generation. Mine was a little bit newer, but these were really good cars. I mean, I drove that thing for 180,000 miles, and it was just, I mean, it would get, the EPA estimate was 36 or 38. I would regularly get 42 to 44, and I even got as high as 53 one time on the interstate on trips, and I drove that thing all over the place. That's a good little car, but you know, I don't know that it's really a collector's item, but we'll see. I mean, I've got bunches of brochures and stuff up already, and they're selling really well. The stuff that sells the most, probably trucks, and the older the better. So I'm selling out of the 70s and early 80s stuff as pretty much as quick as I can list it. The later stuff sells not so much. The car stuff, really once you get into the 90s, I'm not really selling any of it. I tend to kind of just bulk, put a bulk lot and get rid of it for whatever I can get for it. But there should be there's a probe catalog here too. I looked at a 94 probe at some point too, and decided against it. What else I got here? More literature. Okay. Freewheeling Fords. Oh, this is some older stuff. Okay, here's some older stuff. That's 1976. Okay, these are the oldest brochures that I've found so far in all of this. So this stuff is good. These will sell. I will probably get, if they're in good condition, there's only two of them. There's a bunch of them here. I'll probably get anywhere from $10 to $25 a piece for these. Yeah, here we go. 77 Ford pickups. That's some good stuff in here. This stuff will do really well. I'll probably sell every single thing in here separately in fairly short order. Those are fairly sought after, especially the truck stuff. I've got boxes on top here. I've got some more brochures in the bottom, but I've got boxes on top here. I'm just going to pull them out because they're in the way. It's a marker light. And I've mentioned this before. I can barely see that. I think it's a D. It's a 1970s something, but it's a marker light bezel. Probably sellable, but not for very much. Just the mid-70s stuff, it just doesn't really do as well as some of the older stuff does. But worth looking up. D8TZ crankshaft gear. It's in good shape. Transmission parts, engine parts like that are usually fairly sought after, because especially something like that, excuse me, that may have multiple applications. That is a crankshaft bearing. I can tell you without even looking that up that is going to go out in a lot of parts, similar parts. Same thing with this probably. retainers. No, maybe not. These are trim retainers. Those might be worth something. I've got bags and boxes of stuff like that I sell, in lots of 10 or 12 that do pretty well, because the reproduction stuff is usually quite expensive. Okay, PM 110, Peterson. That's just a bullet light, probably generic. I don't think it probably fits it doesn't fit anything specific, but these usually do well. That'll sell, I don't know, $15, probably something like that. Empty box. Okay, cork gaskets. These look like they are gaskets for those, like the marker lights that are on top of trucks. That's probably what those are. That's what they look like. I doubt those will sell individually, so I'll put those in a lot. I won't even look them up. I'll just put them in a lot. I think this is a pin. It's a pin. Lots of pins. Okay, pins. So the pins, I don't even know what they go for. They're not in very good shape. Probably a lot. Probably throw them in a lot. Bolt. Man, very specific parts these days. Yep. That's a bolt. I'll look them up. They're black oxide. If it's a good restoration thing, people might be looking for it. This is an early 80s. No idea what it goes to. Worth looking. I'll take a look at it. There's another crankshaft bearing. There's another one. There's a seal kit. Not even gonna look that up. Seal kits generally don't do well. Retainers. That's gonna be a lot. Here's another clearance light. They're called. Yeah. Here's another one. That one's amber. They're plastic. I think that's a metal shell, but this is aluminum. It's really, really light. The older ones are a little bit more stout. But these will sell, not for very much, but they are sought after. What else we got here? Wow, this is a lot of little stuff in here. Just gonna throw some of this out there and look at it one piece at a time. No, okay. This says it's a lens. Okay. I have a bunch of these that are glass. I don't know how well the plastic ones do. The glass ones will sell. The plastic ones, lenses, it's weird. It's one of those things you think would sell, but doesn't usually. There's another one just like it. I'll look them up. I don't know what that is. Oh, there's another one. It's another one of those lenses. Okay. It's easy to get confused because the boxes are real similar in size, but they have different parts in them. Contents made in France, D4ZZ seal. So that's for the 74 Mustang, little seal. I don't know. I usually just part that stuff out or put it out as a lot. Unless I have 100 of these, I tend not to mess with little stuff like that. Knob and element. So it looks like a cigarette lighter. That's probably something that'll sell on its own. There's another one, cigarette lighter element. One plug. Yep. That's a plug. That goes in the lot. Empty box goes in the lot. What else we got? Oh, more stuff. Wow, there's all kinds of stuff in here. Okay. Dowel. I think I know what this is. This is they call it an alignment dowel. There are alignment holes, and the thing that comes to mind, like if you're putting a transmission together, two halves of a transmission or a bell housing or something like that, there's these alignment holes, and these fit very tightly in those alignment holes, and it'll go halfway in, and then there'll be a matching hole on the part you're trying to match up. And because that's the way, so you can get a very precise alignment, because the bolt holes are not, there's slop. You can move it around and the bolts are loose, and these enable you to get it in exactly the right position before you bolt it down. Those are hit and miss, mostly miss. Those will go in with the lot. Here's a spring. I don't know what that'll go in the lot. Idler arm seal. Knob and element. There's a cigar lighter. That is a 72 Torino. Not sure what that is. I'll just put that in the lot. That can go in the garbage. Empty bag. This is a seal kit. I'll throw that in a lot too. Radiator ornament with attaching parts. That is for a 77. Oh, is a Torino, but I don't think they had a Torino. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that is neat. So that is the, I don't know, LTD2 maybe? This should tell me. 1976. Oh, that's a Mercury Monarch, I think. Maverick. Pinto. Light truck. Okay, so, okay, there we go. Fits past models of the Ford Torino. So through 1976. It is a radiator grill opening panel ornament assembly, hood, otherwise known as a hood ornament. And they have instructions for installation here on Maverick, Pinto, and light truck. So apparently it's an aftermarket, not an aftermarket, but like an optional add-on. Probably didn't come this way from the factory, but that's pretty cool. I don't know what it'll go for. Maybe is less than you would expect or hope. But you know, the weird thing about emblems is if they're not reproduced and they're kind of in demand, you might be surprised. And here we go. These are taped together with duct tape. Gorilla tape. Yeah, silver. I think these are probably Rotunda brand aftermarket mirrors. They look like van mirrors or truck mirrors. They're in pretty good shape. Those are definitely gonna go up by themselves. And the thing about mirrors is sometimes if it's truck stuff or van stuff, it might go pretty well. You know, hit or miss. Sound like a broken record when I say stuff like that, but it's the truth. It's just sometimes you have to. Sometimes you just have to look it up, you know, to know. I'm still surprised. I've been doing this a long time, but I'm still surprised occasionally. There is a whole bunch of junk in here. Some stuff in here, like there's a door latch, but I don't think. Okay, there's a tool. That's a Ford bearing or a seal installation tool. And there's stuff in here like this. It almost looks like a homemade deal. I usually put tools up in a big lot. I'm not going to drag them all out because they're kind of dirty and there's a lot of junk mixed in. There is a bearing. That's for this is made in Germany, so this is for a Capri, I believe. Yeah, it's a bearing. It's a camshaft bearing. That'll go up in a lot. All right, I got 3 or 4 boxes here. I don't know what's in them. Okay. Ooh, my hands are dirty. Okay. 2002 Explorer Excursion, probably not worth much. Okay, this is, I've sold, it's a hub seal replacer. That's a special service part from Ford. That is a Rotunda brand hub seal replacer. This will have a specific application that I can look up using a part number, and these usually sell $20 to $50. Oh, in a book, Ford Service School Wheel Alignment. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so this is how to do a wheel alignment, 1936. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll look that up. That's an interesting book. That bearing seal retainer installer, that'll do pretty well, I think. Here's something else. Oh boy. Oh, this I believe is a starter or a generator. More of these remanufactured parts. It is a starter, RM25. That isn't going to tell me anything because I think that's like a lot number. And so I'll have to look this up. Unfortunately, it looks like the part number sticker is gone. Wait a minute. Is this it? No. Yeah, unfortunately, the part number sticker you can see is gone. And that can be a problem. Sometimes you can find it by looking them up, though. That's you can find one that looks like it and try to match it up. And it's not always successful, but here's another one. This one actually does have the part number on it. E1BZ. It depends on the application. Usually these old starters I can get anywhere from $20 to $120 for them. Okay, here we go. This is sealed. 2002 Ford Division Showroom Literature. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. Probably got more of this in it. This one's not in very good condition, so I probably wouldn't sell that. That's trucks, Escape, Explorer, Sport Track, Expedition, and Excursion. Yep, here we go. 2002 Ranger F-150, F-250, 350 Super Duty, and E-Series. These will sell pretty well. Probably get $10 a piece for them, free shipping. Looks like there's about, I'm not going to touch them. I'm trying not to touch them. They're fairly thick. Looks like there's 10 of them in here. So that's pretty good. The truck stuff will usually sell. So even though it's only 20 years old, I think it'll sell pretty well. I'm just going to sift through the rest of this stuff in here and see if there's anything of interest. This stuff is just junk. Well, there are a bunch of these in there, which I'm going to keep because these quick splices, I have a need for those occasionally. There's some pipe tape, plumber's tape. There's a seal that'll go on a lot. Here's a tool. There's a tool. And most of it's just a bunch of junk like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and call it a day. And as usual, thanks for watching.